Once again I started it. Let it go. Only thing is you have to edit it later so that it will be useful for everybody. Now to continue our class, before that I would like to take up some queries, if any, till the previous class. And anybody want to ask any queries? Yes, no. Now we'll start the class of today, 1st September, on mine planning and design. I would like to show you, as I told you, we will be dealing with the latest mine plans, planning and design, wherever we are also involved in some of the ongoing projects with the industry, especially in some southern and other northern, eastern, western, all parts of India. So this is some example contents of the project report. So you can see just an idea, just to get some idea I have shown here. So now you can see how this different type of, when you saw at that time when I was explaining you, different type of plates to be shown, graphical information, technical information. So this gives some idea. I am not going in details now. It is just to give a bird's eye view for you as far as some project reports when they prepared for one of the mines in southern India. That is some of the recent mines for expansion of their project, including some type of longwall mining instead of Boden pillar, which was planned before. Some expansion project report. What are that contents? Just I wanted to share with you, just to give some terminologies here. That's all. You see here, you must have been seeing. I don't know whether it is very clear to you. Capital requirements, and then summarized data, then like that about the land, then wages, stores, power, mine closure related, then interest on loan, and all those details were provided here. That means they are supposed to provide. These are some part of the content just I wanted to show to you as from the part of this GPR. Here is a this is their project report. So in that project report, these are different contents. So different annexures how they have given. Just you can see that is just I wanted to show you as a bird's eye view how these contents of a project reports appear like this. This is an example only. Now, as I told you, we are also supposed to consider our master plans, which I have not told at that time. Basically, when we prepare any conceptual feasibility, then total project report, then then there is some part as a master plan, because suppose if it consists of it is not only limited to that mine, although you may be preparing a report for that mine, but it is a part of so many mines, and there may be so many issues to be considered. And what are that issues, I will be just showing you here for about 10 or 15 minutes. We will discuss on these, and later we go into our case study, whatever I was trying to explain to you with a good example where all parts of the planning and other requirements are concerned. Here you can see whenever any possibility of expansion of existing mines and their boundaries, because a master plan includes, whenever you must have seen while visiting the mines, whenever you went to the mines, you must have seen not only for that mine. So there is a master plan having the total area, 3-4 mines together, and then there may be some facilities which are shared common. That is a central facility, and that is also a part of this mine plan. But again, the details and all are shared somewhere else. So that's why this is also an issue we are supposed to know. That's why I wanted to tell this about the master plans. Now here you see there is a possibility of expansion of existing mines and their boundaries. All those details are also required. and because that is not only limited to that particular mine, but it is also associated with some other mines which are part of your total area. For example, if it is a Mahanadi coalfield area, for the master plan, the total coalfield there will be something, and then for each areas there will be something else. Suppose your mine may be this. Already I told you my mobile, there was a problem, COVID-19 problem for mobile. This is what conventional we are using. Suppose this is a mine, but this mine you are planning for preparing the detailed DPR, detailed project report. But this is also associated as a part of so many mines which are adjacent to this. Okay, that's what is the meaning. For the total, we should also have a master plan. There may be some other 2-3 mines on the eastern side, western side, or north, south, whatever it is. And then new mining blocks for underground and open cast and their production potential we are supposed to provide as a master plan associated with the present mine also, and that some other details. Then network of power lines, because your mine is not only getting power exclusively from your mainly from NTPC or from other main substation or some high power lines. There may be 2-3 feeder line, and that is being fed. 2-3 mines are being fed from some main station. There may be so many issues like that. That is the reason why master plans are supposed to be prepared, and their master plan shows this network of power lines. It can be roads, it can be railway lines, because this is not only for your mine, for that mine X or mine A. So there may be mine B, C, D, so many mines nearby, and for all that to deal with that mines, there may be some railway lines being planned, or they are supposed to give some master plan for those things. That is also a requirement as a planner. Then water supply lines, similar requirements, not only for your colony or for your mine people. So it has to cater to the needs of so many people, right? So in that way it is required. And then existing and then proposed, whatever are there, we are supposed to provide. Then proposed sites for individual mine facilities. So as I told you, so this can be for coal handling plant, townships, then railway sidings, approach roads, all these things are required. Then proposed central facilities, as I told you, we have to provide a master plan so that there may be, you may be having in your mind one long wall panel or one board pillar with SDR or LSD.
Sir, slides are not
visible.
changing.
So then let me know. That's why I wanted to know in between. Now I'm sharing it once again. Let me see. I'm just stop sharing it, and then again I will share. Now let me see once again whether you are able to see or not. Now are you able to see? Let me know whether you are able to see the slide now.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay, I'll continue for little bit, some more time, and then we will take attendance. At that time again we will discuss. If there are any problem, let me know, Nitesh. Right, and others also. Now I made it full screen. Sometimes in our MS team we face a lot of problems with when we make it full screen and then changing that. So now if you have any problem, let me know. Now I made it full screen. Now it is visible. At least one person can respond. Right.
Yes, sir.
Now
just change the slides, sir.
Now I changed it. Are you able to see? Master plans. Okay, let me discuss on this.
Yes.
Now, number 5 point, whatever I was trying to show here. So proposed central facilities we are supposed to provide on the master plan, so that that may not be only for your mine, for a particular mine A, B, X, Y, Z. It can be for different other mines also. And that details also are required for the group of mines, as I have given here. This type of terminology also being used in some other textbooks also on mine planning. This is by our beloved friend Professor Jayanta Bhattacharya or Professor S.P. Mathur Saab or Dr. T.N. Singh Saab, Professor R.D. Singh Saab, in so many other books also people will be using this similar type of terminologies. Whenever you read, you can refer that also in the reference. Now here, central workshop, it can be a central stores, so that for only for your particular mine you are not making it. This facility which was already available somewhere in your central facility for a group of mines, you are going to utilize for your particular mine. That is the meaning. Then central substation, then it can be central township. Your mines may be requiring 1,000 manpower, but there is a township catering to about 5,000, 6,000 people in a different colony or something like that township. So that also is a central facility. Then central explosive magazine. Similarly, whether it is your open cast mine or underground mine, there may be some central facilities required. For each mine, you may not be having a big magazine like that. Depending on it is more so that requirement will be more pertinent when it is a small mine. For every small mine, I cannot have a magazine just like that. Even there may be a group of even private mines, they can have a central one magazine and they can utilize it like that also. It need not be only your mine's magazine, but there are some set rules and regulations to be followed to share that facilities. Then all those things we will be mentioning there. That is the meaning of this. Then mobile site mix explosive plant, it can be a mobile plant like that also. Then other requirements we can see here, the production potential with quality breakup, then grade of the coal, inferior, superior, different type with various existing proposed mines in different time frame. There's some spelling mistake here, time frame. That means you will be providing there in a master plan, including this mine, or in this mine later there can be some expansion, later there can be some changes. So depending on whether it is a based on the grade, there can be blending of coal, blending of the ore, so many things may be required. And then it's likely investment. This numbering should be continued with the previous slide. That could not be changed. And then likely requirement of major equipments also you will be providing there in the master plans. But again, we should not be complacent with the master plan. Once I am prepared a master plan, it will be giving a right information for this mine. No, there are some contraindications. That's why people used to say are demerits also. If somebody exclusively depends on this master plan will be a good information if somebody feels so that is a wrong concept. Based on the requirement, we can say that suppose when master plan is prepared, then that master plan has a lot of assumptions there, assumptions, okay. And later, for example, a mine life, we decided based on whatever information or available data, we decided it is a 20 years, for example. In a master plan, as a general plan, we have given this mine we can work for 20 years, and then adjacent mine for 25 years, and this mine for, and later there may be some other changes. You must have even expanded the boundary of that mine because of some other technological requirements also, or it can be environmental requirements, something else. There can be so many reasons, n number of reasons. So as far as mining life is concerned, so whatever we are providing some information on the general guideline for this mine A, B, C, D, this is the life of the mine, that may not be 100% right. Later it will change. If I say 20 years at that time, so it may be 25 or it may be 15 years later. And at that time, as I told you, detailed geological information, it is a continuous process. So whether it is a preparing master plan or a feasibility report or whatever the reports we are preparing, so there can be in parallel, you may be collecting information. That means that information based on, suppose if it is a your mine having 3 kilometer by 2 kilometer area, 6 square kilometers or 8 square kilometer area, then there you might be planning as you are continuing with the feasibility report or project report preparation. There might be some other contract with the MECL or some other Geological Survey of India and some other companies, corporations, where they will be providing additional information to you. Based on that, your total plan will be changed. That's why this is what is a demerit. That's why we are written here, demerit or contraindications of master plans. Whatever information provided, that is subjected to change. That is the meaning. Then, so
Hello,
when there
sir.
is, yes,
Sir,
able
it
to
is
see.
continuously showing third slide.
No, this is slide of plan of operation. I mean demerits. Now are you able to see? Now this type of
Yes, sir.
problem we faced. Yes. So
Yes.
now I could understand. So many times what happens with little bit GAN from our BD Sahusa, because I am a layman for this MS team, but I could get some knowledge. It shows that sometimes whenever we are changing the slide and depending on the internet speed here and at your place, so there may be some problems. And what I do is I will not make it into full screen. Then let us see. Let us continue like that. Okay, right, Nitesh? So now you are able to see this. Yes, no.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So now this is applicable to the plan of operation also. When we have that type of general information and every time there is a possibility of additional information all the time, then that is at the stage of master plan, then that plan of operation cannot be 100% right. At the same time, there is subjected to change depending on whatever additional information you may get, and then you will be changing the plan of operation. Sometimes you plan with continuous miners of this much capacity or whatever, and later you must have observed that another mine A, B, C, D adjacent mine, your own area, your MCL or your Coal India Limited subsidiary, their your long wall panel could not work because of some n number of reasons. Then that you wanted to shift to this place, then you will change the plan of operation. Okay, so many things like that. That is the reason why I mentioned here in this demerits and contraindication, without mentioning all text inside, I am discussing on that. So you can just note down some of the points there. I used to give so many examples, right? Here, plan of operation may change, including even the technological changes. Here, the last point I kept is recent technological changes. So based on the technological changes, which once it could not be even thought of while preparing a plan or as a planner, and later after 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, then there was some good technology which was implemented in our adjacent mine. In that adjacent mine, that is almost similar geological conditions, for example. Then as a planner, you are supposed to utilize that knowledge. That knowledge you should utilize, and then you should change the technology in your mines also, provided there is some other a number of other limitations and then restrictions. Then, but you should try your best to adapt to the recent technologies, and then previous technologies you might have planned. That now we have so many examples of the mines which were 40 years back, planned 40 years back, and still we are continuing. And but some mines we have changed the technology altogether. At that time, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mines in Mahanadi coalfield or some other coalfield areas, or Singareni College Company Limited, whatever the example we can take a number. There, now with the technology, even we have changed, I should, you know very well, you have visited along with me also some of our beloved students to different mines where we are doing some investigations. There, some underground mines were converted to open cast mines. You have seen, right? So, for example, even in Singareni College mines, we have converted underground mine to open cast mine. Well, that technological changes which could not be foreseen at the time when it was planned, but with time, with the proven technologies, we are supposed to take it. So this is what just some information about the master plans that we should know as a planner, right? You should become masters after some time, 10, 15 years, whatever. Now coming to our mine A, open cast mine, whatever we have been, I wanted to show you more details. As a planner, you should know, since we are involved in this mine. Now, you also try to note down, because generally even in the examination also, or for that matter, this is a requirement as a planner. If some information is provided to you, that means this is a geological reserve, and this is a stripping ratio, and this is the whatever is the life of the mine, and even the area and so many things, of course. surface area this much and depth cover, right? So here this information just you note down so that you should be in a position to plan for a mine uh, with suitable technologies. Suppose if there is a demand of 7 million ton per annum, for example, you are planning for a mine. Now you try to note down because subsequent classes also will be discussing. Suppose if some information is given to you, how to plan for a mine, right? So now here geological reserve you can note down in your notebook some details, because all these figures and all I am not drawing here because that facility of drawing and all are not available here. That limitations are there. You should excuse me for that. Here you may note down geological reserve is 245 million tons. For that now you are supposed to plan. But how you got that geological reserve, that details also I will show you, right? Because that requires at the stage of planning also information at different stages. Even a mineral exploration corporation, for example, this coal mine, whatever I am going to show you, as I have given little information in the last previous classes as an example. So there, Mineral Exploration Corporation Limited was involved for exploration purpose. So then, how they prepared that report, even geological report, all the details also I will show, depending on your interest, of course. So you just note down geological reserve in the area is 245 million ton. You forget about the name of the mine, other things, and for mine A, some X, Y, Z. Stripping ratio, of course, you will be calculating and seeing based on that. 2.59 is to 1, that you know very well. 2.59 means 2.59 meter cube of overburden for 1 ton of coal. Then life of mine, so this is 24 years. And then production capacity, because that is a demand from the industry. So you should plan for that mine, 7 million tons per year. Then maximum depth cover there is 255 meter and number of seams are around 15. Of course, other details also will follow. But with this also you can assume some similar condition in Indian geo mining or coal mining, coal fields, and you can also try to think over how you can plan to produce 7 million tons, what type of equipment you should have, then how to start that mine, how to open that mine, then in that mine as a mining engineer, because I will be giving you more and I will be spending more time on those areas where as a mining engineer what you are supposed to do. As a finance manager or as a personal manager, what they are supposed to do, I will give least importance or very less importance, because you should know more about since you are a mining engineer or we are mining engineers, and we are expected to deliver our duty as a mining engineer. So that type of information and how to plan for that, I give more time. Other information also we will be discussing, but we give more time on that. So in between, let us have for any good thing, there should be a small break. My beloved students, they know about it. Let me take up any simple query, any query. Meanwhile, I will take one attendance here. Meanwhile, you can ask, even you can write also here regarding our previous whatever 12 class. I think 1 dozen of classes. This is a 12th lecture what we are having now. Now I will be taking now your attendance. I am downloading now. Okay, so your attendance. So till last class, if you have any specific doubts regarding anything, including assignment, attendance, because there were always some type of restrictions for us, limitations as far as this type of online classes are concerned. But we would like to balance everything and then make it a more pleasurable activity as far as our teaching learning process is concerned. Here I took once attendance now. Now if there are no queries, because I would like to have, if you have any queries here, I would like to have it before going further. Any queries? Otherwise we will continue with the class. We will continue. So shall I continue now? At least one person can respond. CR is expected to respond. If CR is not ready,
Yes, sir.
anybody can respond. So our second CR is Nitesh. Very good, he responded. So now I am continuing with the class, and now you are able to see the slide, right? So in these conditions, now we wish that we should be in a position to understand how to plan for the mine. And here you can see, even for that matter, how that information of geological reserve, geological reports, how it looks like, and how they prepare that reports, all those things we would like to know. We have everything, every information about these mines with us, starting from A to Z. So I wish and I would like to share as far as the particular conditions and then planning aspects are concerned. My beloved students, everybody should know. If there is any doubt, let them come forward and we will learn more. And here this is now inside I kept it, otherwise we call it as a mine A only, right? Otherwise, this is a mine which is nearby to our place where we are involved in that aspect of planning. But this is the way how information is supposed to be provided. They are supposed to give the location of the mines, and this is only near Sundargarh, very nearby, right? About 55 kilometers west of your Sundargarh. Then from Jharsuguda it is only around 10 kilometers. That is the way how they are also supposed to write. As you have seen, what are the contents in preparing the reports and all. That reports also I will show, but I would like to show as just like a general information about that mine and our planning aspects of it. That will be more useful. That's what I try to put it here. And basically, when it comes to as a mining engineer, I would like to reiterate, advocate every time. What are the recent changes happening? And as a planner, what you are supposed to know. So here you see there is minimum some requirements when you are preparing the plans, even a mining plan. So some requirements which are supposed to be fulfilled, right? For statutory requirements also, there are some under regulation number 106 of coal mines regulation 2017. Some type of studies are also required where they are supposed to include. Now here comes our issue of method of working, because as a planner you are giving some details of what is a method of working and how that slopes are designed, whether it is ultimate pit or the dump slopes, and then not only designed and how it is supposed to be mounted, because already we have seen so many mines where we have seen some biggest disasters in India which took place recently in Rajmahal mines, where 23 persons we lost, lives we lost. Then that's why in the planning stage itself, we would like to have all those details, right? That is the reason why not only this, I can give you another recent example of even January 9th, there was another circular from DGMS by our beloved Director General of Mine Safety, was our Mr. Subramaniam. He was my colleague in Singareni when we worked together. So here he has given nicely 2 circulars in January 2020 itself, in this year itself, specifically on these open cast mines and these issues, how this planning report should consist of, what type of contents, and specifically with reference to safety, because already with reference to some accidents what took place, and not only accidents involving fatalities or the persons, there may be some incidences which might have involved more number of persons, as I used to tell you based on my own experiences of investigations, either in Rajmahal or in WCL mines, when another incidents took place. Otherwise, it would have been a biggest disaster of slope failure in India involving more than 30-40, right? But unfortunately, because of a very good vigilance and time consciousness of a good dumper operator and those people, in the midnight at 1 o'clock in the WCL mine, there they could, at least in that Majri area, they could save the lives of the people, but they lost so much of their property, and then that coal, all those things happened. Where on the next day we were there for their investigations and then conducted all these mining planning related seminars and then workshops for those general managers in those areas. So these are the requirements that I wish that my next generation planners should know, my beloved students should know. And that type of, not only this is not only the recent, and the recent, whenever there is a circular of 2020 January 9th and January 20th. I think it is one is a 9th January, another is maybe around 20th January. They have two circulars related to these planning aspects of these open cast mines. So these are all supposed to be considered as a planner. And this is basically, it is planned and designed, because this is our course, mine planning and design. Planned and designed and worked as determined by scientific study. That is exclusively mentioned in the reports or in the DGMS circulars also, that some scientific agencies involved, and they are supposed to be involved in this planning and design, and they are supposed to work, industry should work as per that design. That this is the importance as a planner you should know. Right. Now, when it comes to that project, so here basically it is based on the approved mine plan. Later, this is whatever they prepared, their feasibility reports before, detailed project reports. In that detailed project reports, suppose they mentioned that this much of the reserve, and then with this much slope angle, then we planned with this much production and production scheduling and equipment, and then other drainage pattern, then other issues of total planning, even environmental management planning, all those issues. Now we are supposed to consider and see in the scientific way, and that is supposed to be conducted. That is what is the meaning of this, and those issues now we are going to discuss a little bit more as a mining engineer, right? I am providing you here the mining related aspects, and of course other aspects of n number of examples we have, feasibility reports and project reports, that I will be sharing with you depending on your interest. As I told you, it's all learning based education, I told you already to my beloved students. Now here we can see there are, now you can note down somewhere, so there are 10 seams there they wanted to work, otherwise total 15 seams are there. That's why I kept it here in the color. These names and all, starting from Parkhani, Lajpura, top 3. I am not reading the names. Many of my beloved students already know as a class in the geology, that mining geology, they learned about geological reserves in different coal fields in India. This is coming under our Mahanadi coalfields area, but it is allotted to some other mines like whether it is a NTPC or some other KSK, Jindal, whatever it is. But these seams and geological data remain same. And only that company or organization, based on that information, they will be planning as per their technology and then requirements and demand of that reserve, I mean the coal or any by the customers. Now here, so many mines, so many seams here, it is provided the data. And then there are locally about 2 seams, that is a seam 1A2, 1A1. They are assessed separately without coal and overburden ratio lines and all. Because of in the report they are supposed to mention if there are any limitations and all. Right. Then method of working, because they are supposed to decide what type of method of working they wanted to do. Then here, when it comes to the method of working, with this here, there are so many ways how we mention your stripping ratio. But here, that is the reason why I kept it here. Once again, I am recoloring again here for the benefit of our beloved students. You can see now very clearly. This is overburden is to coal ratio. So sometimes they will also write coal to overburden. So many ways they used to mention. That's why I made it, to make it very clear, I kept it here in a different color just now. I made it here. So 2.59 is to 1. So that also will determine or will help you in deciding your economical stripping ratios or the technology what you want to adopt, and adopting different type of, whether it is a continuous surface miners or short dumper combinations, whether it is only for particular depth cover, you may be using surface miner, and later after some more depth cover, the surface miner may not be feasible because of different reasons. So one of the simplest reason we can see, I mentioned inside this report also, where with this continuous surface miner, I mean our surface miner requires more maneuverability and all, and this requires more width of the benches also. So that's why when bench width is more, then this will be more suitable, right? And depending on that parting thicknesses and all, we are supposed to decide. So there will be more than about 25 benches, because here in this mine already I have given you that geomining conditions where the maximum depth cover is 255 meters. Later I will be showing you the section and other details also. 255-meter depth cover in which these machines cannot be deployed exclusively due to limitation of mobility or flexibility at more depth covers. So they wanted to plan at more depth covers with the shovel dumper combination, right? So this is the way how you are supposed to take some decisions or plan. And then this method of mining, as I told you, around total is 15 seams in that. And in this in the upper bench, the top benches, therefore only top benches requiring less volume of OB handling was chosen as a place of deployment of continuous surface miners. That is the way how they tried to have it. And then to have more flexibility, here it is mentioned here at a time, then at more depth covers, the shovel and dumper combination, as I am showing you here, I think you must be seeing it in a different color. I am keeping it in a different color. So at more depth covers, they will be going by this shovel dumper combination. So now going further about that mines, then in these, now they are supposed to give, as I told you, I will be covering different aspects of even production scheduling and other things in different years. So why I am providing information here is just we have a data because about that mines in the last month and last week, all that informations are with us. So in 2021, how, because there, as I told you, there may be some intermediate plan reports are supposed to be prepared. So all those examples will come into this. So suppose we plan in one way with a production scheduling of this much production in 2019, 20, 21, 21, 22. And later, because of some reasons, and one of the reason is already there with you. So that is our COVID-19, right? So because of this, you can remind me 5 minutes before. I think it is 408, I think. Now, because of these reasons, there may be some interim planning reports changing the strategic planning, right? All those things are required. That requirements also I will show you, since it is a working mine and planned recently and we are involved in that. Okay, so now depth of the pit will be around 60 to 65 meter, which can be worked in 6 to 7 benches in 2021. That's what is this. But at present, we are working at around 30 meters depth only, right? So now for that, we have our production scheduling. For that, we have our mining machinery and selection, so many things like that. All the details we will have. And not only that, including that backfilling activities, whatever was envisaged before, there may be some other changes which happened because of even the example already I told you, COVID-19 itself is one of the reasons. Even in that coal field, there were some days there was some strike because of this COVID-19. Some employees got affected with this COVID-19. These things will happen. So now you are supposed to have some interim planning reports prepared in between, changing some strategies, right? All those things we will be discussing, right? Then now you can see some more details. There may be some type of Nala, of course, this name, some Nala X, Y, whatever it is, and they are supposed to plan keeping some minimum distances and all those details are provided here. And for that, later you are also supposed to have in the locations, there may be some area, for example, in green color I showed here, we allotted some area like 1.5 hectares for topsoil or subsoil, so that will be used for your environmental background later, so that you can have some type of afforestation or plantation later. So that much of area was there for keeping separately earmarked for only topsoil and then 0.5 meter up to that was topsoil in that area. So there are so many issues we are supposed to consider and then plan. And this also you can see here, financial year 2021, what we are supposed to do in the next year. Also we have provided something in 2021, right? So all those details are also supposed to be there in the plan. Only that details in a crisp I am showing you here without showing the total project report here. Now similarly, overburden dumps, that is for the topsoil, separately to be done. And here you see this overburden dump in this in a different financial year we planned in a different way, and that may change depending on the performance in those years. Particular year there may not be as envisaged. There may be some problem. They might have not produced that much of coal, or their overburden because of so many reasons, a number of reasons. Then, but here, fortunately, the major constraint for 2021 in OB dump as a temporary option of internal dumping in the previous these shall remain the major dumping site as planned. That will be the dumping site, and later depending on there is much delay in that the actual over dump is occupied by village. As I told you, there will be so many problems, right? Let us not take the name of any village here. It can be any reasons. An example can be a village in any XYZ mines, and that might have delayed your process. Even you cannot use that for this external dumping purpose. You cannot use that land because of this type of problems. So now because of that you should have a different scheduling. So this will be affecting your mine schedule. This shall majorly affect the major, as I am showing it to you here in a different color, you can see. So this will be showing an effect on the total mine scheduling. You can observe because of that. Okay, that's what happened in this, right? And then on different areas and all those things, we will be estimating again, re-estimating again with different areas and all. Those issues, of course, we will discuss in the subsequent classes. I think I should not eat the time of your subsequent class. I think I can take a few more minutes. I think we can continue further for 5 minutes more. Here you see the overburden quantity. This is around 84 because all these calculations you are supposed to do, right, as a planner. And this is proposed to be dumped internally as well as in the external OB dump. This much of overburden in 2021 or 1920, whatever as per your scheduling you have done. And because of some problem, part of it could not be used, or sometimes you may have to rehandle that OB also. Now you can see here, rehandle, because there may be sometimes you will be because there is no decold area inside. This is very simple to understand. My beloved students, they know very well. When there is no area, decold area, in that case what you will be doing, your internal dump will not start at that time. Then this internal dump may take some time to start. So this internal dump, what we do is, so you will be starting after 1 year. So suppose we planned that it should start in the second year. So but by that time this much coal was not produced or something happened. So then what you do is you will be doing that as an external dump. Then you will be rehandling. That is what is the meaning of this. Here whatever I am showing here, this is a rehandle to the decold area later. This is your mine area. You are supposed to have internal dump to start in second or whatever year, but because of some other constraint, you could not have that much of area decold or extracted. So you have external dump somewhere here. Then you are rehandling that external dump and putting it back into the mine for internal dumping. That may also happen. So the existing internal dump patch of land around 22.5 hectares. Now here, why I am showing this is, now when I give you, suppose if that mine is 1,000 hectares or 500 hectares, whatever it is. Now you should also have some idea. So if it is in the initial stages, how much land it will take, and initial stage, how to estimate. This may be the overburden based on the stripping ratio, and this much of coal to be produced. So this much overburden. The stripping ratio can be a progressive stripping ratio. Average stripping ratio may be some X, and the X1 may be a progress stripping ratio in that particular year, maybe X1 dash, and in the next year it may be X2 dash, X double dash, whatever it is, right? So you should be in a position to estimate, calculate exact estimations. Of course, your surveyor will be helping you, right? But as a planner, you should have some idea. That is the reason why I am showing you exact figures also, so that if some case is given, even in the exam, or some problem is given to you as a planner to solve, then you should be in a position to get some idea. That's why this case studies helps you having some good idea, so that if some mine having like this condition, then there may be this much 10% of that area may be for this purpose, 5% maybe for this type of internal dumping, or in the initial stage, or external dumping. All those ideas you will be having. Then this area near some village, whatever it is, used to dump around 16.5 lakh meter cube. Now you just imagine, as I told you already, I am reiterating here again and again, because these are the issues what are to be considered, right, in your intermediate planning, and which is not considered by many people, right? That delays your process of your total industry, or your performance for that matter, as a manager, GM, manager, agent, director, or CMD chairman, whatever it is. So here 16.5 lakh cubic meter is supposed to be dumped, for example, right, after shifting that village some X, right? So suppose that village is not shifted, then now you should be ready to have, this is what is a risk assessment, and then having alternate plans with you. There is a strategic planning when that problem comes to you. All those things you are supposed to consider. That is the meaning of this, right? That means this shall be used to dump around 16.5 lakhs cubic meter, and 68 lakh cubic meter shall be dumped at the other side of the village X. Need not take the name of the village here. The 12-hectare patch, which was identified as a proposed to be extended all over the overburden dump, leaving 100-meter safe barrier from the village. Because this 100-meter point you should remember as a planner, because we have faced a lot of problems in different mines where it is not properly maintained some safe distance, and there were some slides which affected some structures. It need not be village, it can be anything, structures, then they got washed away. And then we have seen in Barcelona and some other places recently in your YouTube or your newspapers, in the websites, where that total village also simply washed away because of that type of a failure of slope including natural overburden, and then mine slope. All these things happen. This type of issues also happened many times. So I think today we close at this stage, since your time, as per my this old is gold phone is concerned, because my new phone is with COVID-19 now under repair. Now I think we have 4 minutes more. Still I will take once again your attendance. Meanwhile, you try to have any queries, you can write there, or you can ask me. Let us utilize this 3-4 minutes time for summarizing what we could learn today. And I will be very happy if somebody want to summarize, because every time I need not summarize, because now my beloved students are very sincere. I told you already, they will be good planners in future, not only just managers, agent, GM, but will be directors, CMDs, and chairmen over the big companies. I wish, and I am sure they will become, right. So can anybody come forward to summarize within a minute? You think over. Meanwhile, I am going to take once more our attendance, just once, before closing the class. Now I took once again the attendance. Now it is downloading. Now if any queries you can ask, and you need not feel shy. Somebody can try to summarize what we discussed today, just for 1-2 minutes. You can try. So I wish that you people should become master planners shortly after you graduate from our beloved NIT Rourkela with good planning skills. May I have somebody to just summarize what we discussed today? Anybody? I am not naming anybody now. Anybody ready to summarize? Those who are sleeping need not worry. This is a part of our class or a part of the life for that matter. Or you can also show your beautiful face if you are already with makeup and all. Need not be a makeup face, no problem. Sometimes that makes us more lively. I need not take attendance live again, just as we used to do before. But anybody want to summarize? Nitesh is ready. Nitesh, would you like to say for 1 minute before closing?
Yeah.
In my
Yes, sir.
gold
Yes.
is gold watch. Very good. Nice. Go ahead. Only 1 minute you have. Right.
Sir, first of all, we have studied about what are the planning criteria,
Very good.
and after we have just seen the how to represent over reserve and overburden,
Right.
and here we have 2.4959 is to 1 OB is to O ratio, O stripping ratio,
Right.
and here there is OB about 84.6 lakh,
Right.
out of which there are two dumps. One is
Right.
outside and one is
Right. Go ahead.
internal one. We have to decode that area,
Right.
and 100 meters the safe distance we have to maintain at
Any
the edges.
structures. Any structures. Very good.
Yes.
Any structures to be protected. Like villages and all. Very nice. Very good, Nitesh. You tried to your best. So we also discussed a little bit about master plans and its requirements and its contraindications. Of course, what is the limitation of that and the requirement why it is required. Little bit we try to learn in that. So in the subsequent next class, day after tomorrow, we will be knowing something more about this mine A, including that also I have given you a typical condition of that mining. So now that should be there in your mind. Now as a planner, for this type of condition with 250, 285, suppose these are the coal seams, 15 coal seams like these, 10 workable, inclination and all I will be giving you later, little bit already I provided with 250-meter depth cover. Then how to plan to produce 7 million tons per year, and all those things, it should be there in your mind. Then it is easy for us. This is something like a food for your thought. Now let me not encroach into your next class. All the best once again. Take care of COVID-19. Then Jai Hind. All the best once again, my beloved students. So now shall I stop recording today's class? Once again, all the best to all our beloved students and future planners, the best planners in India. All the best. I am stopping recording now. You can download it and then you can put it in YouTube and link already. Some of you sent, I think, last time, Indrajit and some Nitesh, our CR, everybody can try.